Good afternoon. I am Vanessa Thomas with the 12 o'clock news on the street, 919 FM, and online Facebook and YouTube. In the headlines, COVID-19 new infection cases continue to climb. The Carnival Bands Association agrees that Carnival 2022 is possible, and internationally, Austria to go into full lockdown as COVID surges. And now the news in detail. After a sharp spike in the number of new COVID-19 cases on Wednesday, 781, there was a decrease with 537 cases recorded on Thursday. These additional cases were recorded from samples taken between November 14th and 17th. The Ministry of Health's 4 p.m. update yesterday reported 7,950 total active cases as of Thursday afternoon. The update also reported 17 deaths, bringing the death toll to 1,908. These deaths were 7 elderly men, 5 elderly women, 4 middle-aged men, and a young man. Of this group, 8 of them had pre-existing medical conditions, including diabetes, hypertension, asthma, heart disease, kidney disease, lung disease, and Parkinson's disease. 4 people had one comorbidity, and 5 had none. In other news, the Trinidad and Tobago Carnival Bands Association is open for the staging of a Carnival 2022. President of the association, Rosalind Gabriel, says while the association could not say definitely what a pandemic-era parade of the bands would look like if it were to take place, it would have to be in an enclosed venue with strict entry requirements and a robust security presence. Her comments come after the National Carnival Commission said a suggestion has been put forward for a Carnival 2022 within a safe zone for vaccinated people. Gabriel also said the association was organizing a vaccination drive and would be writing to the Ministry of Health on Friday today. The drive is tentatively scheduled for December 4th, with 5 locations to be announced. Gabriel said in the months leading up to NCC, Chairman Winston Gypsy Peters' presentation to Minister of Tourism, Culture and the Arts, Randall Mitchell, on November 12th, the association was involved in a number of high-level meetings to discuss Carnival 2022. The Carnival Bands Association head said the association was at the meeting when the plans were shared with Mitchell and is in full agreement with the possibility of a Carnival 2022 one that is able to celebrate our traditions and maintain public health and safety at the highest levels. She said the association knew there were many considerations, especially given the recent spike in COVID-19 cases and the heightened fear and worry that many are undergoing. She also noted that greater urgency and awareness should be put into the drive to become more widely vaccinated. One of the main elements of the proposed Carnival 2022 plan is the creation of a centralized hubs or carnival safe zones where events could be staged for vaccinated patrons. These events include the Kings and Queen shows and the traditional and conventional mass presentations, which will be easier to manage because of the formats. However, the parade of the bands was still being explored in consultation with stakeholders, including public health officials, Gabriel said. Meanwhile, promoter Randy Glasgow has stated that any decision or meeting about a future carnival in TNT should and must include soca stars. International news now. Days after Austria imposed a lockdown on the unvaccinated, it has announced a full national COVID-19 lockdown starting on Monday. Chancellor Alexander Schallenberg said it would last a maximum of 20 days and there would be a legal requirement to get vaccinated from February 1st, 2022. He was responding to record case numbers and one of the lowest vaccination levels in Western Europe. Many other European countries are imposing restrictions as cases rise. Imposing a lockdown was a last resort, however, with a record 15,809 cases reported in the past 24 hours in a population of under 9 million. Austrians will be asked to work from home, non-essential shops will close, and schools will remain open for children who require face-to-face learning. Meanwhile, neighboring Germany has seen several days of record infections this week, and the country's health minister has spoken of a national emergency that requires a combined national effort. German leaders have already agreed to introduce restrictions for unvaccinated people in areas with high hospital admissions, and Parliament has backed requirements for people to show COVID passes on buses and trains and in workplaces. And that was the 12 o'clock news on the street 919 FM and online Facebook and YouTube. As we go, recapping the headlines. COVID-19 new infection cases continue to climb. The Carnival Bands Association agrees that Carnival 2022 is possible, and internationally, Austria to go into full lockdown as COVID surges. Do enjoy your afternoon and continue to be safe. I am Vanessa Thomas.
News from the street. 919fm.com.